Hello there and welcome back to Chris's Retro Corner. I'm Chris, this is my Retro Corner, and this is my Mattel Aquarius, very kindly donated to me by Ricky of YouMakeRobots.com. In fact, it's a rather thin Aquarius, it's missing the Mattel logo there, but I'm sure we'll get back to that at some point soon. Ricky's also sent me a few bits and bobs so I can recreate the power supply lost in action when he was working on the composite video mod for the Aquarius. So we are going to need a few bits and bobs, so let's organise the bench. So we've got the bench ready, I've got a cup of tea on the go, always got to have a cup of tea on the go. So let's get started. Pop the Aquarius to one side for a few minutes. We'll have a quick look at what was in the box. So, box of bits. We are going to need a few of these. So we've got the connector for the end of the board. That is going to go on the bared off wires into the back of the Aquarius. We've got some pin headers there. Those are to mount the boards. You know, the little bucking converter boards, and then also the power socket there as well. While the soldering iron is hot, I shall remount some header pins to that and pop that on my TZX Arduino in the process as well. So these are the bits of interest in here for today anyway. Over there. So let's remind ourselves what we've got. 24 volt centre positive power supply. With a little bit of luck we'll be needing that a little later. And then we've got three, let's unbag those so we've got those ready. Okay, so we've got three of these LM2596 DC to DC buck converters. Now these are step down power supply modules that are individually adjustable between about 3 and 35 volts I believe, and it's a switching regulator, and that's the important bit, because once this power supply unit is complete it should deliver a clean and consistent voltage into the Aquarius. So yeah, in principle it sounds as easy as mounting each one of these, if I get it in the right orientation that is of course, onto the board. Thus, input, output, and then we can set the voltages individually using little grub screws on the top there. To the voltages as stipulated on the board for most helpfully, and yeah, we shall pop into the Aquarius and we shall give it a go. I could take the Aquarius apart and start having a look and just eyeballing the board just to see sort of what condition it's in. I'm pretty sure if we put this together and the voltages test fine, if we run across a problem it's going to be another video and a little bit more investigation. We know that's a US Aquarius, so it will be running NTSC. My little screens that I prefer, my little Panasonic screens, I've had a look in the manual, they are NTSC compatible, so I should be at least able to test it out. Or at least this is my theory. I would like to PAL convert the Aquarius in the future anyway. I understand there's a few games that won't work on it or kind of slow down of course after that conversion's made, but yeah, I'll look at doing that in another video, but for this one we're just concentrating on the power supply. So I'm going to grab my specs, start having a quick look across the board, and then we shall start soldering bits to it. Okay, so let's start off by getting ourselves some header pins sorted out. There's one. Okay, gonna be far more careful. You can see why they say don't use side clippers unless you've got eye protection. Hey, there it is. Thought I got hold of that. So that's one. Two. And we are only going to need 3 header pins for this first board as we mount it. And I'll explain that in a little while. And which way do I want to go? Let's go long to the bottom there. So you'll note that I've not put a mounting pin on the in of that particular buck converter. Now the idea here is the way that this board has been designed. It uses this first module as an inverting buck boost. It's sort of in inverting buck boost mode to give it the negative voltage it needs. It needs negative 19 voltage into the Aquarius, and that's how it achieves it. So it's a really easy, I guess, way of doing that. Certainly the cheapest way of doing it. And if you're interested, I'll link a video in the description as to a bit of an explanation as to how that works. But yeah, these individual modules aren't expensive at all. So it's a really efficient way of recreating the power supply for the Aquarius. Right, I need a blob of blue tack or something to hold that in place, I think. Where have I put the blue tack? There it is. Okay, so let's pop that there, grab a little bit off to go on the other side. Oop, let's come off the pins. Let's try that again. There we go. Ideal. And let's solder that first one on. Make sure that's nice and flush to the board. Yep, lovely. It just dawned on me. I didn't clean the board off. I noticed that I can quite easily put thumbprints on that. Let's take those off. Take those out. Let's clean the board down just a little bit. Just make sure we get a nice clean contact. Ooh, very cheekily, just throw them around the bench. Give each one of these just a quick going over, just on the contacts. Some stuff. And just dry off any residue. Bit of paper towel. Right, there we go. Slightly better position there. So let's carry on. So let's pop those pins back in there again. Give that another go. Right, grab our soldering iron. And solder in the first. Okay, nice. Okay. Looks good. Let's move on to the second one. Okay, that one looks good. Bit of burnt blue tack residue there. Okay, last one. So that's the last of the step down power supply modules on the board. Let's have a quick look here. There we go. Noting that that one's not connected. The board does some funky stuff. It's a dual layer board, but yeah, reroutes that and does like I say, it does its funky thing to give us that minus 19. Okay, socket, connector, and then we're good to go. Taking just a little bit of care to make sure our contacts are on the outside. Trying to save myself the embarrassment of having to take that off and put it back on again later. that's actually some of the nicer soldering that I've done there. Actually, looks like that. Okay, super stuff. So, clip the legs off the back. Get rid of bits. Another swig of tea. Yeah, let's see if we can get setting this up. I don't think I'm going to need this anymore, so let's tidy the bench. So that's a little clearer. Right, I've got the power supply plugged in, so let's just double check that that is indeed giving us 24 volts. No reason to doubt it, and it's not 24.1. Splendid. So let's open up these connectors a little bit. Okay. So let's apply power to the board. Hey, there we go. Right. So negative is the second one up from the bottom. I don't think I'm going to get that to actually fit. It's still quite wide. Okay, not a worry. So the first bucking converter we've got to set to -19. So second one up from the bottom and the bottom one. So this is going to get interesting. I'm going to have to hold those two in there and in there at the same time. Oh, mine's 18.4 already. Really close. Okay. So let's see if we can't adjust that just a little bit more. Wrong way. 7, 8, 9, 19 volts. Minus 19 volts. There we go. There's that first one. Right. So second one's plus 16. Right. Right, so we're off 16 volts. Let's see if we can spin that up. 12, 13, 14, 15. Ooh, overshot it. Right, 16 volts. Okay, and then the last one is 8.8, and that is the top one. Okay. There we go. I've managed to get that confused now. Hopefully I don't get that confused later when we actually connect that to the Aquarius. Okay, 23, wrong way, down, down, down. 8.8. Eight. Right, so let's just double check those again. Right. So, which way around are we? Ground. And that one. 19. Ooh, it's borderline. We might have a quick play with that. $19, there we go. Okay, next one along, plus 16. Oops. We're just a little low on that one as well. Oh no. Oh, okay, let's see if we can tweak that just a little bit. Lovely. And then the last one was our 8.8. Okay. Let's give that again just a little tweak. And that's holding steady. 8.8. There we go. So, Ricky's power supply looks like it's working. Voltage is checked. We are just about ready to bear off the wires on that and hook it up. See if anything happens. So, we're done with that. We know it works. We'll pop that to one side. Pop that off and pop it away. Let's turn our attention to the Aquarius. So as you can see, the power supply has been removed. It's left us with the wires. Very helpfully, they're colour coded as well. Yellow for the 16 volt, red for the 8.8, blue for the minus 19, and black for ground. So let's bear some of that back, work out how far we need to go. Thinking about it, I probably should have left the soldering iron out to tin the leads. Shall have to go back and do that later. Right, might be just a bit thick for this. Not sure. Hopefully it's not cut into the shielding. Let's have a quick look. Where's my specs? No, I think we're okay. So let's bear back just a little bit of each of these. Not entirely sure that's doing the best of jobs. Quite fiddly to use. Right, let's go for a knife instead. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll definitely come back and solder these. It's bothering me mildly. I didn't think of that before tidying the bench up. Okay. Right. Ooh, a little bit more. Safety first. Pop that away. Ooh, a little bit more tea. Okay, and let's pop these in the appropriate place. So, from the top, red, yellow, black and blue. So red, yellow, black, blue. Almost. There we go. Right, I think that's us done. Just a quick nip up, just in case. Right, and there we go. Lovely, very quick. So, all that remains really is to pop this up to the monitor and then see if it powers on. We know the voltages are good. We don't know if the poor Aquarius has suffered some internal damage or not, but we shall find out. We know the voltages are good. We know we're delivering those correctly. So let's keep our fingers crossed. So all that remains really is to test this out. Ooh, quite excited. Quite excited is actually quite an understatement. Really excited. Okay, so let's pop the telly on. Put it on AV2. Grab our composite lead. Which way around are these? Yellow. There we go, and red. Come on. Go on, you know you want to. There we go. Right. So, the moment of truth. On, off. Yep, off. So, let's give our board some power. Keep everything crossed. On. And the Aquarius is on. It's got power. That light is on. Has it? Is it giving a signal? Is it giving a signal? We haven't got anything there. Is it because it's still NTSC and not PAL? I'm pretty sure my little TV should handle NTSC. But it has got power, and that was what we were hoping to do. So stage 1 complete. We've got power into the Aqua. Okay, that's probably it for today. Next step is going to be taking this apart. Physically checking the board actually would be a very good idea, just to see if there's anything there that I've missed. Trying to understand whether or not we've got a video signal going out, and again whether or not I need to convert from NTSC specification to PAL here in the UK, because it is a US device. Right, that about wraps it up for today. YouMakeRobots. This was very much a kit version. Ricky is doing a sort of a pre-built option along with a 3D printed case as well, so it's really nicely finished. I'll find like a little plastic box or something for that to pop that in. He's accepting pre-orders on his website, so do check it out if you're interested in obtaining one of these. If you've got some interesting Aquarius stories, then do get in touch in the comments below. I do like a good chat. You may have noticed. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you again in another video soon. Bye bye.